Hi, my name is Catherine from greenthickies.com, and today I'm going to be answering the question, which is the best protein powder to use in our smoothies? Now, this is a great question, but it's not the ideal question. The question I think we should be asking is, should we be using protein powder in our smoothies at all? Because my philosophy is that if we want really good health and also weight loss, which comes easy and we don't have to worry about weight for the rest of our lives, then we need to be focusing on our diet and making sure that what we're eating is clean, healthy, whole, real food. And I know after a lot of experiment that when you eat processed, packaged diet food, it does all kinds of crazy things to your body. So this is why I eat mainly, say 80% of the time, I eat whole food, real food, because when you digest food, your body knows actually what to do with that whole food. But if you digest processed food, then your body just doesn't know what to do with that food at all. Here's what I say. Food isn't supposed to be processed in a factory. It's supposed to be processed by your body. And when you digest food, if it's a whole food, it's got all the nutrients, the vitamins, the fibre, everything that your body needs to recognise that this is a food and we know exactly what to do with it. But if it's got bits of the food missing, like if it's been processed and parts have been removed, then it's really difficult for your body to, one, determine that it's actually food at all, and two, pull any nutrients that can actually support the body, do normal things that the body's supposed to do, and also do things like weight loss and keep the weight at a stable level if you are the right weight in the first place. So this is why I don't recommend using any protein powder in your smoothies. I've tried it for long periods of time and it just doesn't agree with me. Like, I can tell that it's something that my body just isn't liking at all. I think when you take a food and you strip just the protein out of it and you don't take everything else, all the things in whole food work together so that your body can utilize all of those nutrients. So when you take out just the protein, then it's stripped away of all of those other nutrients, and I don't see the point in eating food that's got most of the nutrients stripped away. And also we've got this crazy protein obsession in the world at the moment, and it's mainly been brought on by people who make these protein powders because they want to sell them. So it's a lot of marketing about, why we need this protein. But the truth of the matter is that we really don't need as much protein as we think we need. That if you are eating a normal diet and getting enough calories, it is very, very unlikely that you are going to have a protein deficiency. Sometimes if you do more exercise and you're building a lot of muscle, then you might need slightly more protein than everybody else, but not very much more. And most people who are obsessed with protein are doing no exercise at all, so there's no point in adding more protein to your diet, because the truth is that the risk of having too much protein, especially from the wrong sources, is much, much greater than having too little. So how much protein do we actually need each day? Women need round about 46 grams of protein, and this can vary depending on what type of lifestyle you've got, and vary depending on what age you are and what your bodily needs are. It can definitely vary, so don't just take this as the truth for you. It's good to do your own research, but this is the guidelines. This is the average amount that most people will need. So women is about 46 grams per day, and for men it's about 56 grams per day, and most people are actually getting 3 times the amount of protein that they need every day. So there's a much greater risk of having too much protein than having too little protein. Did you know how much protein there is in a typical serving of protein powder? If you add 2 scoops of protein powder to your smoothie, this can be as much as 44 grams of protein just in that one smoothie. But this won't be all the protein you'll be getting. More than likely you'll be getting at least 3 times or even 4 times the amount of the daily requirements for your body. So if you start adding protein powder to your smoothie, you're probably going to be getting too much protein, and it's definitely the wrong source of protein because it's all processed and there are healthier protein powders and not so healthy protein powders, and the healthier protein powders that I like the best myself, if I had to use one, these would be ones that would be made from whole foods. They haven't had the protein stripped out, so they've got the whole nuts, the whole seeds, or whatever it is. I mean, I don't eat dairy, but whatever protein source it's come from, it's got the whole amount of that protein. It hasn't been stripped of any of the other nutrients. But the thing is about these type of proteins is, one, they are lower in protein, which to me is fine because they're a whole food, so I don't mind it being lower in that particular meal because I know I will get enough throughout the day. But the other thing is that because it's made of whole foods, I could very easily make that myself, and I do actually have my own homemade protein powder recipe just made from completely whole foods, because I think sometimes you are in a rush and sometimes you just want to add something to your smoothie, but I think we definitely need to be eating whole foods. If we're going to be including protein powders, it needs to be made from whole foods rather than something which is completely refined and made in a factory, which is never going to be good for us. And I do actually think it's good to get protein in your smoothie. I'm not saying don't have any protein sources in your smoothie, because protein, even though we don't need too much of it, it is good to have some with every meal because it does some wonders for the body. So if you eat protein from a whole food source, it can fill you up so that you're not as hungry, and that really helps you to lose weight. And it reduces your cravings throughout the day. It helps to balance your blood sugar levels so you're not feeling faint and dizzy and hungry. So it is really good to have protein with every meal, but the type of protein matters so much more than people ever give credit to. And so what I do with every single smoothie that I make, I have my own smoothies that I make, my own formula, and these are called Green Thickies. And Green Thickies, they have 6 different ingredients in them, and these are all homemade from natural whole foods that you can buy locally. There's not any crazy ingredients in them at all, and one of these 6 ingredients is a protein source, but it's a whole protein source, so it's things like nuts or seeds or ground nuts and seeds. They're the best type of protein in my opinion, and the body digests it really nicely when it's blended up in a smoothie. So if you would like to learn more about my Green Thickies, and if you would like to get monthly meal plans where I give you my Green Thickies and you can make them for breakfast, you can have different dinners and different lunches, and they've all got protein sources, they're all made from completely healthy, clean, whole foods, then I encourage you to click the link and go to greenthickies.com/leaf system, and you will be able to read more about that and get started completely free. So I can't wait to see you over there. Take care, bye!